You've probably cooked thousands of eggs in your lifetime, but I bet at least one of these 6 tricks will make you stop and ask, how did I not know this before? The last one is especially hard to believe until you see it with your own eyes. Let's start with a simple trick that can save a cracked egg from going to waste. If you notice a small crack in an eggshell, you probably already know what happens next. As soon as the egg goes into boiling water, the egg white starts leaking through the crack. Before long, the egg loses its shape and ends up looking messy and uneven. But instead of boiling it, try this. Fill a pot with a small amount of water and place a sturdy stainless steel strainer over the top. Make sure the strainer sits securely above the water. Then gently place the cracked egg inside the strainer and cover the pot with a lid. Turn on the heat and let the egg steam for about 7 to 10 minutes depending on how firm you like your eggs. When the time is up, carefully remove the egg and take a look at the result. Even though the shell was cracked, the egg has kept its shape remarkably well. The surface remains smooth and intact without the white spilling out and creating a messy appearance. It's an easy kitchen trick, but it's a great way to rescue cracked eggs, reduce waste, and keep your eggs looking neat and presentable for any meal. And once you've cooked the perfect egg, there's another challenge many of us know all too well: peeling it. Some eggs seem determined to hold onto their shells. What should be a quick task turns into a frustrating process, and sometimes half the egg white comes off with the shell. Here's a simple trick that makes peeling much easier. Place the cooked egg on a countertop or cutting board. Using the palm of your hand, gently roll the egg back and forth while applying light, even pressure. The goal is not to crush the egg, but to break the shell into many tiny pieces all around the outside. Now start peeling. You'll notice something surprising. Instead of coming off in dozens of stubborn little fragments, the shell loosens from the egg and peels away much more easily. Sections that would normally take several minutes to remove can often come off in large pieces. Take a look at the result. The egg stays smooth intact and ready to serve. No deep gouges, no missing chunks, and no pile of tiny shell fragments to deal with. Once you try it, you'll probably never go back to peeling eggs the old way. And now, I'd like to share a simple egg dish that's perfect for breakfast. Before we begin, we'll need to separate the egg yolks from the whites. If you've ever tried doing this by spoon, you know how easily the yolk can break. Fortunately, the solution is likely already available in your kitchen. All you need is an empty plastic water bottle. Crack an egg into a bowl, then gently squeeze the bottle to push some of the air out. Place the mouth of the bottle directly over the yolk and slowly release your grip. As the bottle expands, it creates gentle suction and pulls the yolk right inside. Now, simply move the bottle over a second bowl and give it a light squeeze. The yolk drops out intact. Repeat with the remaining eggs. And in just a minute or two, you'll have one bowl filled with yolks and another filled with whites. Set the egg yolks aside so the surface sets slightly. This will make the dish look more appealing. Here's a simple method that can make peeling much more consistent. Start by placing the eggs in a pot of cold water. Before turning on the heat, add a small amount of salt and a splash of vinegar to the water. Then bring everything to a gentle boil and cook the eggs as you normally would. Once the eggs are done, don't leave them sitting in the hot water. Instead, transfer them to a plate right away. Let them cool for a few minutes before peeling. Boiling eggs this way not only helps them cook more evenly, but also significantly reduces the chances of the shells cracking during cooking. As a result, the eggs keep their shape look much better and are less likely to leak egg white into the water. Now compare the results. The shell comes off smoothly, the egg white stays intact, and each egg looks neat and presentable. No more hoping you'll get lucky with one egg while the next one falls apart. By the way, I'd love to know where you're watching from today. What country are you in? Leave a comment below and let's see how many parts of the world are joining us in the kitchen today. And now we come to the tip that surprised me the most. Honestly, this is also something that most people often overlook, even though it can make a much bigger difference than you think. Every time we use eggs, the shells usually go straight into the trash without a second thought. Eggshells are made up mostly of calcium carbonate, a natural source of calcium that many plants can benefit from over time. Instead of throwing them away, you can put them to work in your garden. The process is simple. Sprinkle the crushed shells around the base of your plants or mix them into the soil around newly planted seedlings. As the shells slowly break down, they add calcium to the soil. Many gardeners like using eggshells around vegetables, herbs, flowers, and young plants as part of their regular gardening routine. It's a simple way to reduce waste and give something back to your garden at the same time. Who would have thought that something most of us throw away every day could still be useful? Now, let's go back to the egg yolks we separated earlier. This recipe only uses the yolks, so if you want to know how to use the remaining egg whites, leave a comment. I'll share it in another video. Now for the breakfast recipe, egg confit. Pour enough olive oil over them to fully cover the yolks. Olive oil works especially well due to its mild flavor and smooth texture, which complement the richness of the yolks without overpowering them. Next, add a few cloves of garlic. As they cook gently in the oil, they'll help add a subtle aroma and make the finished dish even more flavorful. Place the dish in the oven and bake at 175 degrees Fahrenheit or 80 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. When they're finished, take a look at the texture. The yolks are rich, glossy, and slightly thickened, almost like a luxurious spread. Serve them on warm toast crackers or crusty bread for a simple breakfast that feels special without requiring much effort. The creamy yolk melts into the bread, creating a rich and satisfying bite that's hard to resist. Once you try it, you may find yourself looking forward to breakfast even more than usual. Of all the egg tips you saw today, which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed these simple kitchen ideas, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next kitchen tip.